Hello everyone, I am so happy to see you again. Today, for a tea time treat, we are making red wine cherry cheesecake swirl bars. And the recipe comes from this book, 100 Cookies by Sarah Kiefer. I found this book at Northshire Bookstore in Manchester, Vermont, when we were vacationing there a couple of weeks ago. These cookies look super glamorous. I think they're perfect for afternoon tea. First thing we need to do is lightly grease a 9 by 13 pan. That's 23 by 33 centimeters. And then we need to line it with parchment. I find the easiest way to work with parchment is to first crumble it up and then press it into the pan. Then we need to make the crust. And the recipe calls for 1.5 cups or 150 grams of graham crackers. I'm going to weigh out my crackers. There we are. We have to crush the crackers to create graham cracker crumbs. I'm going to do that right in this reusable silicone bag. You could do this in a food processor. Rolling pin. And pour these into a bowl. To the crumbs, we need to add 3 tablespoons of sugar and 4 tablespoons, or about 57 grams, of melted butter. I'm going to melt my butter in the microwave. Then we can stir in the butter. You just toss the crumbs in the butter until all of the crumbs are coated. Then we can pour the crumbs into the baking dish. Spread them about. This goes into a preheated 325 degree Fahrenheit or 170 degrees Celsius oven for 10 minutes. While the graham cracker crust is baking, we can get started on the cherry filling. We need 8 ounces or 226 grams of pitted cherries. Now, I bought these cherries frozen at the supermarket, and then I let them thaw. And we pop these right into a food processor. And we're going to process them until they become pureed, smoothly pureed. And we put the cherries into a small saucepan. Add 1/3 cup or 65 grams of sugar. 1/4 cup or about 60 grams of red wine. Now, Sarah Kiefer said red wine such as Merlot, so I'm assuming a dry wine. And this is Syrah. Now you know why I wanted to make these cookies. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, which you may know as corn flour. This will thicken the mixture. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. A tiny pinch, like 1/8 of a teaspoon, of ground cinnamon. And 2 or 3 drops of red food coloring, which Sarah says is optional, but it's not optional for me. We need to cook this on the stovetop until the mixture thickens. That's going to take probably 8 minutes or so. Here is my crust, which I am letting cool. And here is the cherry red wine mixture, which we also need to let cool. It's nice and thick. The directions tell us to let this cool to room temperature, then cover the bowl and refrigerate until ready to use. I'm going to speed up the cooling by placing this bowl in a water bath. That's water and ice. While this is cooling, let me show you the cleaning gadget that I bought on Amazon. So this is the Bissell Crosswave Hydro Steam Plus. This got great reviews on Amazon, and I figured it would be very useful in this old house. So it's a vacuum cleaner plus a steam cleaner. Comes with directions and warranty, some cleaning formulas. This holds the water and the cleaning formula. Here is the base on which everything can rest. And the bulk of the machine. So this is really a wet-dry vac. You can add water as you're vacuuming, and then the vacuum will also suck up the water. And I think this will be very easy to put together. Yeah, there it is, right here. So I bought this machine so that I can vacuum and mop at the same time. I think it will work well on these 200-year-old floors, as well as the area rugs in the house. We will give this machine a test drive a little later today. Right now, we need to head back to the kitchen. On to the cream cheese filling. This is the kind of cookie that you could make over a 2-day period, because you need to let the crust cool, you need to cook the cherry and red wine mixture and let that cool. But I'm trying to do everything in one day. So I have my mise en place. We need 24 ounces or 678 grams of cream cheese at room temperature. So that's 3 of these blocks. There's one more step I need to do before I mix the cream cheese filling. Sarah Kiefer says, after the pan has cooled, wrap the outsides of the pan in 2 layers of aluminum foil with the shiny side facing out. And she says, this helps keep the sides of the cheesecake from browning. So we need to do that. The shiny side. Well, she said 2 layers. But if I fold this aluminum foil over, that creates 2 layers for the side. never had a recipe call for covering the sides of a pan with aluminum foil. So this is a learning experience for me, and maybe for you as well. On to the cream cheese. So I'm going to outfit my mixer with the paddle attachment. We need to beat the cream cheese at medium speed until it turns light and very smooth. It's going to take 4 to 5 minutes. And Sarah says to scrape down the bowl periodically to ensure that the cream cheese becomes silky smooth. Beat in 1.5 cups or 300 grams of sugar. I'm adding the sugar gradually. This is turning silky smooth. Next ingredient, 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. This is the extract that you and I made together. Pinch of salt. 3/4 of a cup, or about 180 grams of sour cream. Yum. We are to beat this in at low speed. And then 3 large room temperature eggs, one at a time. And we need to beat well after each addition. Pour 2/3 of the cream cheese filling into the prepared crust. Then we need our cherry mixture. Dollop the cherry mixture on top of the cream cheese filling in the pan, and then dollop the remaining cream cheese filling next to the cherry. Use the tip of a butter knife to swirl the cherry filling into the cream cheese batter, being careful not to cut into the crust. Let's try this. Because I was feeling adventurous, I decided to add a few drops of red food coloring and swirl them into the pan. I rather like the paisley effect. Now this goes into the preheated 325 Fahrenheit oven until a thermometer inserted in the center registers 150 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going to take from 30 to 35 minutes. While the cheesecake is baking, we can head out to the garden. I need to harvest all of the ripe and semi-ripe tomatoes and also some bell peppers. By now, our cheesecake bars have probably finished baking. Let's return to the kitchen. The bars are done when a thermometer inserted into the center of the cream cheese registers 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And to avoid any cracking, leave the pan in the turned-off oven with the door ajar for 1 hour. Then cool in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. I have just washed my peppers. I cannot wait for the cherry cheesecake swirl bars to cool. In the meantime, I'm trying to stay busy. That way, when I finally can cut into the bars, I will have earned a taste of them. Now, I want to preserve these peppers. I'm going to freeze them. And again, these are the peppers that you and I grew together from seed. I'm going to slice some of these peppers for fajitas. And then I will probably dice some for other recipes. This machine is doing a first-rate job of cleaning my ancient wood floors. Water is released when I press and hold a trigger. When the trigger is released, the machine sucks up all of the excess moisture. Let's test the Steam Clean feature on the entrance hall carpet. I don't think my carpet has ever been this clean. The parts seem very easy to clean after use. I simply rinse them at the sink. I'm finding this 3-in-1 vacuum, mop, and steam cleaner is so much fun to use that I want to use it everywhere in this house. Just now, I'm cleaning the wood floors and carpet in the music room. I'm not suggesting that you run out and buy this machine. I simply wanted to share my thoughts on it. So far, this machine is working just great. Works great on hardwood, and I really love the steam vacuum feature. And the scent of that cleaning solution is very clean without being overpowering. Our cherry cheesecake swirl bars are probably ready now. Let's head back to the kitchen. Well, our cheesecake bars seem to have set up very well. Transfer this to a cutting board. It looks beautiful. And here we can compare the picture from Sarah Kiefer's cookbook and my version of her recipe. I think these bars deserve an attractive little cake stand. And besides the 3-in-1 vacuum mop steam cleaner machine, I am also madly in love with Tierra Farms Autumnal Darjeeling tea. And I can put a link to a free shipping code from Tierra Farm in the description box below if you are interested. I'm going to change my clothes, and then we can enjoy our little feast in the music room. The newly cleaned music room, I might add. I cannot wait to tuck into this. This is absolutely exquisite. I love the crisp graham cracker crust. I love the cream cheese mixed with sour cream. And I absolutely love the cherry and red wine mixture that went into the cream cheese and sour cream. Another taste. Well, I hope you will give these swirl bars a try someday. I will put a link for Sarah's cookbook in the description box below, but I also found a printable recipe on another website, and I will link that website as well. We certainly accomplished a lot today. Thank you for keeping me company as we harvested vegetables, and we gave a test drive to that new Bissell Gadget, which again, I really love. And we made this beautiful, beautiful afternoon tea treat. If you enjoyed this video, I can put a couple of my other episodes after this one that you can watch between now and my next upload. Until then, please treat yourself very well, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, friends.